How can meditation improve your life? If you have been asking that yourself, it may be one of the reasons why you're here today with me. My name is Joanna Prata, and I would like to share with you some of my experiences from the intense studies that I have been doing with the Asian Classics Institute for the 5 last years. And they come with a very rich, authentic meditation tradition. And it opened up to me a whole new world and understanding of the tool of meditation and how it can improve our daily life. So, whatever it was that you were thinking at the beginning, like, meditation, something about meditation is attracting me, but I can't really say what. Is it more for chilling out? Or do I really want to improve my life by doing that? How can I make better decisions? Can meditation be a tool for that? So, at the beginning, I have to say, I felt myself very attracted to meditation. I was amazed by people that I heard of who went into meditation for many days, even months. And nowadays, I even know several people who have been in deep retreats with daily meditations, retreating from work for 3 years, which is just amazing. And for me, it was, wow, I really feel attracted to that, to work with my mind, to improve myself, to be of better assistance to my family, to my coworkers, to everybody around. So I started out myself just wanting to have a calm and clear mind. Somehow life was so demanding. There were so many details, so many information to process. There was so much stress and distraction. There has been lots of this, circling of my mind going on. Sometimes I couldn't really sleep. So problems just came up every now and then. Some of the conversations I had with other people who were irritating me. I was having this conversation in my mind over and over again, trying to analyze what did I say and why did they say what they said and what should I have better said than what I said. It was just nuts. And I really felt the urge to calm my mind, to be able to not shut off my thoughts, but organize them, really get some structure in my thinking and be better able to cope with what I have experienced. So get a grip on my feelings and also on my thoughts. That was the point where I started out. So the first time I came across some meditations, I Googled and found in YouTube lots of meditation introductions or live meditations that I could just watch and listen to that could help me having positive thinking, doing some affirmations, or sometimes it was just meditation music. So I was sitting down and I tried to relax to the music and organize my mind. Sometimes I was listening to a guided meditation on some specific topic that just occurred to me and that attracted me at the moment. But somehow I never really felt able to meditate myself. So whenever I was having some free time and I decided, so now I'm going to meditate alone, I sat down and I didn't know so what to think now, how to do that. And I was just not able to gather my mind around how is it really working? And when I started in 2019 with my studies at the Asian Classics Institute, they came with this beautiful meditation tradition, introducing us meditation as a really clear method, a structured method to clear your mind, to really focus on things, to get a razor sharp logic. So you're not able to calm your thoughts. It's a part of it, but you are able to use your mind. It's not just relax and chill out, enjoy the time and think about nothing or something like that. No, on the contrary, it was a very serious attempt to tame your mind, to get more focused, and to really look behind the curtain. So if there was some experience that I had, I got the analytical thinking on how to kind of dig in. What is the real problem behind what I see? And that helped me over the years to better understand what situations trigger what emotions. And for example, I was very impatient and angry at some situations. And I could easily get irritated and just thought myself it's a good thing to be kind of, just shooting back with some, I don't know, phrases, or it was just my thinking that with that I could, you know, have a hand over the situation. I could control it. But to be true, to be honest, it usually led to more problems. It never solved the problem. At the moment, it seemed to be a solution, and I seemed to get out of the situation like the winner of it all. But after all, it never really lasted. And I encountered these situations again and again, and at some point I was just fed up with it. I just was tired. I didn't want to experience those things at all. So I was trying to find out, why am I actually getting angry? Can I work on my anger, not in a way to manage my anger, but really dig deeper, find the triggers, and then get rid of the anger at all. So today, those situations which have triggered me in the past, when I encounter them nowadays, I see them and I think like, oh, interesting. That's something I have done in the past. I see it again now. It's not a good idea, and I'm not going to do it again. So with the knowledge about karma and emptiness that comes with the Buddhist philosophy studies, it really helped me understanding that the situation that we experience now, it's just a result from what we have done before. And the only thing that really matters is not the result you see now, but how you behave at the moment when you experience it. So when I get angry and I just shout back again with anger, then I will have the same spiral again and again. Then I will, get angry again. I will shout again. People are shouting at me. I get angry again. So it's a nice wheel turning all the time. And I just was thinking I want to get out of that wheel. It's annoying, and it's just the suffering of itself to be in the same situations again and again. And meditation was the tool for me that helped me understand my own mind, my feelings. It helped me understand the source from where all my problems came from. And I was able in daily life to adapt to it and try to experiment with my experiences that I make, try to have different approaches in those situations. So I was fascinated by those people who have been meditating for many years, because they were, for me, living examples of this calm, focused mind. They always had, in whatever distressing situations, they made on me the impression that they are really like, okay, I see that. Let me think about it. Okay. And they somehow came up with solutions that usually surprised me. And those solutions led to a long-term satisfaction, to a long-term kind of happiness. They didn't see the same situations coming again and again, not the bad ones, but rather the good ones. They seemed to have found a way to turn their life. And that was just so attracting to me, or attractive. And I myself still felt so irritated, and I didn't have any idea on how to meditate, how to start. I just knew that those music or guided meditations, they were nice, but I didn't really feel like I spent my time really wisely. I wanted to develop myself, and I needed something deeper than that. So When I started, I encountered that meditation actually is like, it's not like, it is a beautiful new skill that you can learn like we have been learning reading when we were kids. Remember the time when you were going through the city with your parents and there were all those street signs and there were the car plates and there were all those signs and written letters and you didn't know what it means? So even though you could see the letters and the words, you didn't understand what it was. But when you went to school and you started learning the letters and the words and how to read them and how to write them, suddenly this whole new universe opened up to you. You could read books, you could read poems, you could read fantasy books, you could read thriller books, you could read whatever, a manual for a new gadget. So there have suddenly been so many new universes, vastness of knowledge that was approachable to you, accessible, just by being able to read. And this is the same or a similar thing with meditation. So we have this mind, and this mind is thinking constantly. It's doing its stuff all day. But we have never really learned the skill how to use our mind really focused, really sharp. And so we are almost like those people who cannot read. They see the signs and they kind of get around with everything, but they can't use this knowledge. So meditation is the same. It does make our mind more clear, more calm, more focused, and especially more sharp. So if you learn the techniques and some of the methods, then I can promise you your life will change dramatically. What I didn't know at that moment or when I started was it's like with a muscle training, you have to start slowly and you have to build up your muscles before you're doing the heavy weights. And it's the same with meditation. So my early attempts just to sit down and meditate now out of the blue, like without any prerequisites or without any training. Um, I thought it will work, but actually it couldn't. It's like if I would now go to the gym and try the heavy weights, I would just fail dramatically. And it's the same with our mind. It's a muscle. It's a beautiful muscle that we are using throughout all day. And we have to train it slowly into this really beautiful habit of getting into a calm atmosphere, really trying to soften our mind and then focus on a specific thing and really clearly go through with a specific logic, for example, to analyze a problem, or maybe you just want to sharpen your focus, so you're doing a focus meditation. Or sometimes it's even a review meditation, just thinking about something that you've learned, trying to recall all the specific steps, and then just trying to settle the things in your mind to make it more like the basis. So this was the first thing that I encountered. I need training. And then I also recognized that, well, I was doing it here and there, but I never had a really good space for it, a specific place that I dedicated to this kind of work. As with my office, I'm going to my office if I have to work, but where do I go for meditation? I think I can sit somewhere in the park, or I could sit in the bed, and next time I'm sitting on the sofa or wherever. So yes, we can do that, but it's much more efficient if we have a dedicated place, for example, where you build up the energy and where your body gets to know, this is my meditation space. And whenever I go there, it's kind of, your subconsciousness is working with you and it knows now we are going to meditate. It's beautiful. So your subconsciousness will help you if you try to build up routines. And you can build up routines with the place where you're meditating usually and with time. So always sit down every day for the same time. Maybe you're a morning person, you can do it in the morning. Other people, they have some time for the lunch break and they like to recall the day before, whatever. Some people are even meditating in the evening. For me, the evenings don't work so well with family life. And then also I'm just tired and fall asleep mainly. So it's not a meditation. Then for me, it's more contemplation and then falling asleep thing. Also, you need a routine for your body. So sitting down and just trying to whatever, do cross-leg sitting, if you've never done that, it will just overextend your knees and your hips. Some people think that you can only sit in the full lotus and then it's a meditation. No, you can even sit in a chair or on the sofa if you like. It doesn't need to be a full lotus sit, but you can learn slowly your body how to sit. What's a good posture for you to be up straight so that the energy can flow, and then also that nothing is hurting. So at the beginning, I overexhausted myself, for example, by sitting down, cross-legged, and then I was sitting there, but somehow something was wrong with my posture because I always had pain in the shoulders and in the back. And then I was only meditating on the pain. So you can't think about anything else if your body is aching. So better read the signs early on and try to change your posture. Start slowly, start with a comfortable posture, and then slowly train yourself into like the traditional postures, cross-leg sitting, but really up straight with your back and the shoulders relaxed. And some people close eyes. Some people prefer to have them only half closed so that there's light still coming. You can do whatever feels right for you. There's many ways to go. I usually close my eyes because I can better focus. If there's any movement around me, even if it's just the birds at the window or whatever, a shadow coming by, it's distracting for me. So it's better for me to shut down all the external influences and then just go with my inner eye. And then, of course, there was the thing, okay, now I sit here, what to think about. And I already told you that there's free traditional meditation methods that you can use. So the easiest one that we all know already is a review meditation, it's called. A review meditation is just reviewing a part of something that you have learned. Or maybe in your mind, you're just going through the day that comes up. So you see your schedule in front of you, and then you go through step by step. First thing, 8 in the morning, I will meet person X, and we will discuss a specific topic. Then at 9, I have a short break. 9:30, I will meet another person. We will be talking about this and this topic. It will be a meeting that whatever is taking 2 hours. And then I have to leave the house and I need to go to some doctor's appointment or whatever. So you really go through your day and plan through all specific steps. It could be a review meditation. Whenever you have read a book or have learned something new, you can do in your mind a review on what you have learned, what you have read, what was the conclusion. Try to remember. It's more like a brain training thing. So you really try to go through and remember. The second method to meditate is an analytical meditation. This is also something most of us already do all day long. So if you encounter any problem in your life, I would assume you sit down and try to think about the problem. So who is involved? Where did the problem occur? Is it the first time it occurs? Does it come regularly into your life? When did it happen? What was your reaction? What was the other one's reaction? So we start out with this kind of analyzing a certain situation. It doesn't have to be a problem. It can be also something very happy that happened in our life. But usually we are thinking more about the problems instead of the fun things. So for the problem or analytical meditation, you sit down and you try to apply what you've learned. And usually I go ahead, and if I have a situation that is irritating to me, I just go quickly through 4 steps at the beginning. So, does it always happen with that person? Does it also happen with other people? Does it happen that I meet the person who is irritating me at the moment, but I don't have the problem? Is there situations where there are other people and I don't have the problem? So usually it shows me that it's not this specific situation or this specific person which has this problematic or irritation in itself. Sometimes I have the problem with that person, and sometimes I don't have it. So it's changing. Why is it changing? And then I just apply some of the logic that I've learned to encounter, okay, what's the real problem? I see how the problem comes to my life at the moment, but there's still the question why. And working with the karmic principles of what you give comes around, I always encounter my own behavior in the past towards others that led to this situation that I'm now encountering. And I can decide myself, how am I going to react in future? If I don't want to see this problem anymore, I have to change myself. I can't change the others anyway. This is one of the coaching principles, one of the first ones actually. You can't change the others, you have to change yourself. We always say we have to change our perspective on things. But how you do it? You do it in the way that you analyze how is your own behavior towards others. Be honest with you, and then just apply the wisdom that you gained. And when in any further situations, any future situations, the thing comes up again, just try some new behavior. And you have pre-planned it in your mind already when you were in your meditation. So it's much easier when it actually occurs later on. The third kind of meditation that there is, which leads you to this focused, really clear and calm mind, is a focus meditation, a single-pointed meditation, we call it. Single-pointed means you're really trying to focus with your mind on something specific and trying to really keep your focus on that specific thing. And whenever your mind tries to wander to the breakfast and the coffee, or, but there's this problem from then and then, and oh, I have to do whatever during the day. I'm not supposed to forget this and this appointment. So whenever your mind is doing this distraction thing, you come back gently to the object that you wanted to focus on. A really, really strong object to use for your focus training is some inspiring person. Someone, it doesn't have to be a real person that you know. It could be some historical person. It could be some person that is really famous for something that you admire, the qualities, but you don't know them personally. It can be someone in your direct life who's inspiring you, whose qualities you admire so much and really would like to develop into. But it's not a necessity that you know them. So you could focus, for example, on your parents, or if you have children and you learn a lot from how they act, for example, joyfully and really naturally loving. If you have this feeling that you would like to reactivate this kind of fantasy thinking or whatever, you can also use your kids, or you could use a teacher, a mentor that you have that you admire. So whoever comes to mind, try to think that they are sitting in front of you and just watch them. See them smiling at you and just watch them. You can find on this YouTube channel also, it's called Golden Room Meditation. It's a guided meditation you can do over and over again, which helps you focusing on such a specific person that is inspiring to you. And your mind is just focusing on the qualities that this person has for you. And then you just stay there and focus on their eyes, on their smile, on just the atmosphere that they spread, the qualities that you see in them. And whenever your mind is trying to do whatever it does, goes away, tries to think about other things, just come gently back. So these are the three methods that we use in meditation: the review meditation, an analytical meditation, or basically a focus meditation. The focus meditation clearly is the most difficult one, because even if you try to sit down and try to focus your mind for, let's say, 10 seconds on your tip of the nose, you will see that you can't even count to 10. You can't even count to 3. And your mind is just somewhere. Oh, there was the situation. Oh, my foot is tickling. Oh, I smell coffee. So whatever you start with, these are 3 methods that really can help you developing your mind. Strong, focused, razor-sharp logic. The warm-up. This is the last thing that I would like to share today with you. So, as I already said, meditation is like a muscle training. And you don't go to the gym and go right away to the weightlifting section. You first try to warm up and to stretch your muscles, because only then you will be prepared and ready. In meditation, it's the same thing. You have to prepare your mind, you have to soften it, you have to stretch it before you just sit down and try to meditate. And this kind of preparation is done with some really easygoing preparation steps. So first of all, wherever you have your place that you are going to sit down to meditate, clear it up a bit. Even if you have cleared it yesterday, you've cleaned it, just see if there's something you can do to dust away or hoover a little bit and make it clean. So while you're doing that, you can be thinking, I'm going to sit down to meditate, and I'm now cleaning all the obstacles that might be preventing a calm, focused meditation. Then you sit down and you try to find a nice, relaxed posture. And the first thing you do is focusing for a few minutes only on your breath. You can do that by focusing on the tip of your nose, or maybe you feel your breath more in your chest or in your stomach. So try to find a place in your body where the air, you can feel it coming in and out. Focus your mind on that spot and just stay there with your attention for a few minutes before you start meditating. This is a nice beginner's preparation. So the more experienced you get, the more you can do like the professional exercises to warm up your mind. But for the beginning, this is a good thing. Clean up the space, make yourself as comfortable and straight sitting as possible. Focus your attention on your breath for a few minutes, and then start to meditate on whatever your object is. If it is a review on something you've learned, if it is an analytical meditation on some situation or problem, or if it is a focus meditation on something very inspiring to you. You can set your timer. It's a good advice to start with, let's say, 10 minutes. 10 minutes a day is amazing. And if you add up every week only 1 minute, by the end of the year, you will be sitting for an hour meditating. Try to be at your meditation spot every day at the same time. If you have missed one day, that's okay. It's like with the muscle training, but you have to be in training once a week. It's just not enough to really make a big difference for your mind. You won't get into a clear habit of working with your mind, and you won't get all the benefits from meditating if you just do it every now and then with no regularity. Yeah. If you have any questions, just let me know. You will find all information how to contact me on my website, www.joannabrater.com. Or you find me also in Telegram at Joanna Brater. Just send me a message. Let me know what your questions are. I will just send you the links also in the show notes, and then I will happily answer any questions that occur to you and make another video or another audio that you can listen to. I hope you could take something away from this little session, and thank you so much for listening, and have a joyful start, or maybe restart, or maybe kind of upgrade to your meditation routine. See you later. Your Joanna.